just finished chapter 33, and we got more Starling. I love everything about Starling, everything that's happening to her, everything that's going on, little drips of information. I don't even need to know what's going on. I just love it. So she went and she saw Xysis, who was the dragon from Trust of the Emerald Sea, which is wild. So my question is, it said that he was living in Silverlight for like tens of thousands of years. Like before the Shattering, he was there. My question is, what was he doing at the bottom of the Crimson Sea? What? Also, he's very much like, humans are playthings. What are we doing? And that, I mean, honestly, that checks out for, a pretty immortal being. But also, I've been thinking a lot about this. Starling said that her master was Hoid, right? So Hoid had an apprentice that was a literal dragon. What? What is Hoid? And also, how many dragons are there? Because, Cultivation's a dragon, right? If I remember correctly. And Xysis is a dragon, obviously. Starling is a dragon. There are other dragons, do they have, Yolen. I was going to say, do they have a home? They do, it's Yolen. But, well, shit, hold on. So Hoid is also from Yolen. Is Hoid a dragon? No, there's no way. Xysis Cupbearer being an emperor from seemingly Roshar is such a power move. That is crazy. And so she showed up, and Crow got there first, because it's well, shit, I can't captain anything. They keep mutinying on me. And Xysis is all right, well, let's see when she gets here. Then she got there, and they talked about it. And, basically, Starling was hey, I got this map. There's the perpendicularity. And he was, really interested in the AVRs, which, how do they not already know that? Where the AVRs are. They're dragons. They've been around forever. How did they not discover, I guess, Dusk's planet? I don't know, still some questions around there. And then, so basically he's hey, give me 6 months, I'll find this perpendicularity from this Iriali hair map. And then, or, if that doesn't, if I fail, then you keep the ship and I'll be a demigod on one of your planets in your name kind of thing. So okay, ooh, lights. And then we go to Dusk, and Dusk said, Dusk doesn't say much. Dusk, what is happening back there? Dusk figured out that he can eat the worm paste that he made, and then he could hear a voice in his head, and he said it was Patji. But is Patji the island, or is Patji the planet? And is it sentient, or is he talking to a god? Is he talking to a shard? What is that about? Lots of questions as far as that's concerned. And yeah, I'm digging this. I just want more Starling. I keep saying it, and I'm gonna keep saying it. But this book kind of reminds me of the Way of Kings, when you got some really cool Kaladin chapters, and then it cuts to a Shallan chapter, which, granted, ended up loving Shallan later on, but at the time was okay, this is, can we get back to Kaladin, please? That's how I feel about Starling. I want to know everything about Starling always.